Hello, and welcome back to the Flux campaign. Great. Campaign. I'm Dom. I usually play a Norin, the very put-upon elf cleric, but tonight I will be, putting back into the driver's seat as the DM. Before anything else, let's get introductions in.
I'm Sarah. I play Isabel, Kyle, Axel, and Flick. A bunch of personalities rolled up into one body.
I'm Jackie. I play Silva, a gnome ranger with her beast companion, White Tiger Snowflake.
I am Tony. I play Puck, a changeling sorcerer, really cool guy that everyone loves.
You can't just say whatever you want and make it come true.
How am I supposed to follow that? What? I'm Charlie. I'm Charlie. I play Bartis, the Goliath barbarian, who is contemplating how he can next time grapple a gargantuan-sized enemy.
Well, isn't that topical?
How am I supposed to follow that? I'm Eric. I play Greg, only exists because the heroes saved Flux Wizard. Is that a way to word it, I guess?
The first character to have Arcane as a skill.
That's true. The first character in Flux to have Arcane as a skill. First PC to have Arcane.
Wait, he's a human, right?
Yeah.
You can just say he's just some guy.
He's just some guy with magic.
Great, now I'm supposed to follow that. I am Steve, and I play Theus, the inquisitive half-elf rogue, and let me tell you, I can guarantee Puck is the best guy, the greatest, I guarantee it.
Cough.
Puck.
I'm not voting for Puck. Anyway, so let's see. Our group has returned from a deep dive into someone else's mind. I'm just gonna go ahead and give you guys, time to take a long rest. Get your spell slots back, get your hit points back up. Yep. Don't worry, this is gonna turn horribly very, very soon. So you all rest up, or wait, do you take a rest? Well,
you just said we did.
Yeah, you get most of it down, most of it done. But then you guys, as you are resting, sleeping, trancing, whatever you do, whatever your race does to,
I already hit the button, so
Me too.
whatever your characters do to, reset their stats. You hear a strange noise coming from outside your resting chambers, and by strange noise, it kind of sounds like a building collapsing. And something crashing into said building. Also, horrible, inhuman sounds.
Oh, God.
I think Greg is the bed.
I'm just wondering how badly we structured the tavern bar. Did we take out any supporting bars?
Also,
wait, so are we all there?
Well, basically, you're all resting at the tavern. You probably, I'm going to say it's the next
Wait, we're
morning.
resting in the tavern?
Everyone pull up your bar stools, because we're sleeping here tonight.
You're having breakfast.
So you guys are finally sleeping with me in my room.
Do you guys want omelets or do you not want omelets?
Is your room that little space under the table?
Wait, are we getting omelets or a building collapsing? I'm so confused.
Where are the bagels and cream cheese?
Come on.
Cream cheese.
If we were about to rest, I was in the castle-esque area, and I would have thought that the collapsing would be the bar, because we might have taken out supporting.
To get a clear line of a clear timeline here.
Oh, sorry.
Essentially, you guys rested. You were eating breakfast. Then you heard the crashing sounds. And each crashing sound is accompanied by the earth shaking, because it feels like something's actually hitting whatever just hitting Flux very, very hard. So, you guys want to go outside and investigate?
I'm going to make sure I investigate a safe space to stand, which is outside of the building.
Underneath the door frame.
Underneath the Bartis.
All right, so what do you guys do?
Did everyone feel that very much like contact shaking feeling in the ground?
Another one happens.
Oh, there it is again. Is that just me or anyone else feeling that?
Nope, out here.
I guess it's just in my imagination then.
We are feeling
That was a
right?
yes. That is not your imagination.
Oh. Greg, why don't you go check that out?
Is this common?
No.
No, this is the first time we've experienced such a thing.
Before your conversation can go any further, the front entrance wall of the tavern is basically sheared away by something. It's there, and then suddenly you hear the crash again, and then the wall is not there.
Sheared away in what direction? Because I am outside.
Did we?
I'm gonna say
shear away an entrance door.
Did we just have the DM attack our most sacred of places, the tavern library?
It didn't shear away the entrance. I sheared away the entrance wall. Like that entire facing wall is gone now.
I'm just looking dumbfounded into the bar from outside. Because I can now.
I'm looking back out there, and I see Puck, and I wave to him.
Puck, what you saw that was like what you saw from the outside, looking at the tavern bar, was it looked like a giant undulating tentacle, gargantuan in size, in case Bardis is asking, just fly across from seemingly out of nowhere. It looks like he came from the sky and just like whipped down and just like across and just took out that wall in the tavern library.
Guys, run like hell. Run! I'm gonna run.
Where?
Where?
There is a freaking squid in the sky.
Flux is literally a giant chunk of land floating in an abyss. Where are we gonna go?
And as you ask that question, something smashes into the ground between you. From anybody who has been to the essentially my worlds before, you recognize the design of the iron robot golems. So it's just there. It's embedded fairly deep into the ground, makes a very imprint, a fairly deep imprint. And the tentacle appears again. It seems like it's phasing in and out of existence and smashes into another building off in the distance.
Just like flailing around like a kraken tentacle kind of thing.
You think so, but the problem is it's not visible at all times. It kind of like appears, smashes something, and just kind of like fades into a glimmer.
What is happening?
You guys know it's a shame that Lokar has the tentacle rod.
I'm gonna spoil it right there. I don't think it would have been much help there.
Oh man,
I don't.
You're gonna fight tentacles with tentacles.
I don't mean to meta, but I just don't think so.
I've seen enough hentai to know where that's going.
It's like throwing a little tiny garden snake at an anaconda.
Whoa.
The anaconda grows.
I love that video. That's hilarious.
To a quarter ton, hun.
All right. Right now, Puck is sufficiently afraid. I'm probably going to run towards... I think that original ritual circle, that was like underground or hidden away, right?
It was under the castle.
That seems sufficiently safe for me right now.
All right, so before you can turn around and run, the golem actually pops up like it's like completely arches its back up. You see that its faceplate, the white porcelain, like almost too perfect face, kind of like is visible now as it pops up as best as it can, and then it turns, look all around you, and suddenly it opens its mouth and it's like, well, fuck me, Jesus. And then you recognize the voice of Kara.
That's the foul mouth Missy from the last time we were in that really bad place.
So, quick question: at the bar, is like Jamie around, or anybody else like panicking around seeing this, or do we seem to be the only ones concerned at this point?
No, everybody else is like fairly not good with this. They're not. They're like they're having their moments. They're running around. They're trying to, like, a lot of people you just saw scatter and try to hide.
Can I check on
sorry.
Jamie to make sure she's okay?
As far as you can tell, you don't know where you can find her. There's rubble everywhere, and it's just a lot of paths are blocked. Kara pulls herself more. Kara Golem, I should say, pulls herself more out of the ground. She kind of, seemingly stretches. You can hear the joints, the metal joints of her body just like pop and screech and all around. She does she puts a hand on her hip and, does the overhead stretch a bit and, on one side, then to the other. And then she looks around herself and then she looks at all of you. It's like, oh, hey guys.
Hi, what's going on here?
Oh, it's gone to shit. It's really, really gone to shit. We kind of need you guys, like, now.
I mean, sure, but what about the city?
Okay, if you help us, it will help the city, because right now we're trying to contain that asshole, but he's like really, really fighting it. You know what I mean? He's very spry for. Well, it's very spry for. Don't mean to assign gender to something that's kind of like beyond human understanding, but it's kind of escaping across dimensions. I mean, Larry's doing his best, and as she says this, the tentacle appears again, but this time you see the tip, and you see that the tip of it is essentially a giant mouth, and at the very end of it is Larigos, and he's essentially inside the mouth, holding the two jaws open with just his bare hands as it's like flailing around trying to smash him, and then it glimmers away. We could really, really use that. I mean, just if you could just pull your heads out of your asses and realize that we've got an interdimensional horror trying to eat everything. You guys could just like follow me. Just follow me.
Is everybody outside there now?
Well, the wall's missing, so
that's true.
We're kind of forced outside.
You're both outside and in. I covered my bases, so if you want to stay
inside looking out. Well, that's not a very nice way to ask for help when, yeah.
Bro, could you okay, I thought I smelled something here and I didn't realize it was bitch. Can you get over yourself and let's deal with this? Because that's not gonna wait. Can we have a powwow session later? Can we actually deal with the actual problem and then worry about your emotions?
It's not about my emotions. It's about not wanting to deal with a giant gargantuan tentacle when I'm just a medium-sized humanoid being.
Okay, okay, fair enough. You're gonna deal with it, but not in a direct way. Does that make your little heart go flutter?
No, I mean I'm still looking at that teleport circle back to New Hope.
Okay, so okay, I know I smell bitch, but anyway, okay, all right. I'm gonna I don't want to say force you, but I'm totally gonna force you, okay? And there's you suddenly feel a pull, not unlike a teleportation pull.
Bouncing a wow.
Yes.
Are we getting eaten by the Sarlacc pit?
You're not getting eaten by a Sarlacc pit, unless you roll bad. But anyway, so you feel the pulling of teleportation, and you get whatever your mind uses to comprehend traveling between dimensions via magic. Once again, I like the chrono trigger thing, and you appear on the world on the mirror world. and it does not look good. The sky is just like a deep, dark crimson red, and it is broken, like literally like a pane of shattered glass into a million fragments. And you can actually see there are some parts of the sky that are just falling off, and from the the big gaps that leaves, you can see just a mass of flesh forcing itself into essentially the space that you're containing. The water is no longer still. It is churning. It's essentially up to it's like up to your knees now because it's moving so much.
All right, Greg is going to hide behind the Bardus. He sees all this and he is terrified.
Yeah. And but the other thing that you notice is that you are in front of a pillar, and this one is tall. Like, you cannot see the top of it. It goes into the clouds. And next to the pillar is Kara Golem, and she essentially is like, moving the claw fingers of her golem's body, and making some gestures, and a door appears. And she turns to you, and in very serious, very bad German accents, is like, "Come with me if you want to live."
Arnold Karl Schwarzenegger?
Yes. So she opens the door for you, and before you can even get in there, tentacle, smashes right between, the space between you guys and the pillar, and it like slowly turns to you, like, and a mouth forms, and you just see row upon row of mismatched and razor sharp teeth, and then suddenly the head of it just like explodes, and out comes Larigos. And surprise, he looks fairly beat up. Like, he's leaning on his spear, and you can actually see him working to breathe.
That's not good.
And he looks up at you, and his helmet is actually cracked open. You can see a part of his face, pale, like almost white skin, and you can see jet black hair and a single golden eye, but you can't see anything else beyond that. And it is matted. His face is slightly matted with blood. Oh, he turns to you and says, "We don't have much time. I will hold them off as long as I can, but you need to follow Kara." So, the tentacle that was between the giant undulating tentacle that was between you guys, essentially dissolves, and a blackish ichor, joins the water at your feet, and you don't feel anything like what you assume is too life threatening, but the water is fairly warm, and the temperature is rising at a noticeable pace. So, what do you guys do?
I'm standing somewhat in the middle of the group, just looking up at the sky, flipping out.
I'm processing. Greg running, me slack-jawed, staring up, seeing all of this happen. So glad we're back.
I'm assuming that when I was portaled back to the group, not like my relative distance away.
Yes,
I'm
yes.
very far away.
Kara, there was a point where Kara thought it would be funny, but then she decided against it.
What?
I'll go towards the door because it's not nice out here either.
Okay.
There's a door. Did I miss the door?
There's a door behind the
pillar. Yeah, the tentacle dissolved, so basically dissolved into a blackish ichor that is essentially you're standing in now. And Kara is at that very, very tall pillar that you can't see the top of, and she opened a door for you.
I'll get to the door,
I guess we
stare
have to go
back out
through
my
the
elfage.
door.
Yep, so I'm gonna slowly move towards the door also, still looking around, like ensuring nothing, I don't know, attempting to be on stoic guard.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow closely as I can.
I will follow.
Silva's terrified and will also follow.
Okay, so you all cross the threshold of the pillar. Or do you? No, wait, yeah, you do. I won't be that mean. Okay,
Yeah.
so you all walk
Yeah, don't be
into
a
the pillar.
dick.
Oh, trust me, trust me, this isn't even started. So you all cross the threshold and you enter a spherical room, not spherical. I'm sorry, a circular shaped room, not unlike the other.
Oh no, we're in a sphere.
Not unlike the other, pillar elevators that you've entered before. Kara enters after you, and the door closes, and she takes one last meaningful look at Larigos, and before the doors close, and then she makes a few more gestures with her, claw hands. The floor lights up like usual. The same symbols that you've seen before appear, though instead of going down, this time you feel the elevator go up. It descends. Ascends slowly at first, and then faster and faster. Though you never can quite tell how fast you're actually going. You just know that you're moving. You can still hear some stuff going on outside. Like you can hear every once in a while as you're ascending, you can hear something crash into the pillar. Unholy roars and vibration accost the walls outside. You can just feel them. It kicks off, dust that hasn't moved in eons, and you still feel like nothing can get through here, but it's a long time going. You spend at least about half an hour in just in ascent, and then suddenly it just starts to slow down.
Wait, hold on. We're standing here in an elevator for 30 minutes? Nobody farts, right?
I felt like this was supposed to be pretty urgent, so standing around for 30 minutes is kind of like going to kill all the adrenaline. Just saying.
I need to go boom boom.
Hold on.
We need a clarification on emergencies and time and, getting shit done.
We do
Get this elevator. Now wait for half an hour.
Well, I mean, it could have gone faster, but the speed in which to achieve that would have liquefied your bones.
Huck, why did you have to hit all the buttons and light them up?
All right, so the elevator slows and then finally stops.
It sounds like it was pretty slow to begin with.
Right?
No, like you said, you guys never actually knew how fast you were going, but it'll all come into perspective soon.
Is there breathable air where we're at? Like, are we higher than like a space elevator?
Okay, would you shut up and let me? And you'll find out soon enough. And also, no, there's no breathable air. It's a TPK. So roll new characters.
Oh, I just rolled a new character.
Can I go?
I'm making a new character. His name's Greg.
Can I go down the elevators till I breathe?
Okay. A door, glowing lines appear in the walls behind you, and a door forms, and it slides open, and beyond you can see nothing because it's very dark. Well, people with dark vision can see, but it's kind of like a strange room. It seems like it's almost metallic in construction.
Hmm.
I'm going to pull out my bit of phosphorus and kind of crunch it up and toss 4 torch-sized lights, so my dancing lights, and send them into that room and go, I'd like to light that room up.
All right. What you see is like the people I said with dark vision, it's a room like metallic in construction. Excuse me. Basically, you can see metal was used to form the walls, and it looks like metal grates covered the floor. In the center of the room, it seems like a raised council, sits there, and nothing else. You see along the ceiling lines there are like strange tubes, but you have no idea what the tubes are for. And beyond that is another door. This one is visible, and it looks like metallic, and it looks like there's no like knob or handle or anything to it. It's a double door, left and right door.
Are we going in there? And I take my staff out and I'm basically pointing it at that room, and I'm just like hunched over and terrified.
And then, as you know, then Kara just stomps forward and she's like, "Oh God, grow up, hair!" And she marches into the room.
Hey, lay off the kid.
This is my first day.
I look up at the tubes. Are these like tubes with like liquids running through them or something?
You can't tell. The room is still too dark, and you can't see anything in them.
I have dark vision.
Well, yeah, but you can't. There's no like liquid in them. You can't see anything in them. But you notice as Kara steps through the door, the room lights up, and the source of the lights are the tubes that are in the ceiling. So essentially fluorescent lights.
I don't like her. I'm not helping
she
her.
called you a bitch.
Oh, she's also being mean to the new boy.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Do you want? And the car's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. Do you want cupcakes and milk?"
Oh, I'm
during the
sorry. Does Kara want to break the fourth wall?
Ooh.
No, I'm sorry. Oh, was that Theo talking or was you talking?
I mean,
That
kind of both.
No, I'm like, because
I
I'm
mean,
role-playing Kara is responding to Theus. If that was just you, I'm sorry. No.
This was
Nothing like that.
Steve. This was Steve voicing Theus's thoughts on Kara and how he's not going to be her buddy.
Yeah. I don't need you to be my buddy, guy.
And I'm not your guy, friend.
I'm not your friend, buddy.
I'm not your buddy, pal.
Well, hopefully Matt and Trey don't sue us, but either way. All right.
Please continue.
Yes. Kara goes over to the council, and she moves her claw fingers across the surface of the council's. The council is facing away from you, so it's kind of like she's facing you, but the council is not. So she's just like working. She's like tapping on the council, and then the door behind her opens.
That girl's working it.
Mm-hmm.
So,
And as she looks up, it's like, okay, so I'm gonna need you to follow my instructions to the fucking letter. And before she can finish the sentence, a tentacle springs out from the doorway, grabs the body, and pulls her into darkness.
So in that entire 30-minute elevator ride, she didn't explain what we're doing or why.
No one has.
We didn't know it was going to be half an hour until you said it.
Yeah, seriously.
All right, if you want to like I was waiting for somebody to ask her something, but if you want to retroactively ask her what
We'd have to interrupt you.
Feel free. You guys, wait a second. How is that? You guys interrupt me all the time.
Yeah, but for jokes, not for content.
Oh, for flip's sake.
We literally walked into the elevator and you said, "All right, you go up for 30 minutes." And we're like, "Wait, what?"
Oh yeah, it's like I was expecting questions there, but then you guys just didn't say anything.
Well,
In the half a second he gave us to talk, we didn't say anything.
It sounded like you had already said the half hour had gone by.
Anyway,
I mean,
Anyways, dear past Kara, what the fuck are we doing here, and what do we have to do when we reach the top?
We have to go.
Please tell us, you crazy ass bitch.
Wait, hold on. I'll do elevator music for half an hour while you talk to her.
Please. Listen up, sluts. We're going to space.
What space?
Tetris.
Okay, you know the sky?
Yeah.
You know how it's blue?
Yeah.
You know how there's clouds in it?
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to go beyond that.
So the air elemental plane?
No, beyond that.
So the cosmic plane?
Essentially, yes. We're going to go.
Now,
we're going
one
above
dark
the planet.
corner of the ethereal plane where they tell you that is the bad place.
Well, technically, this is one of those, if only because of the current resident of the planet. But well, it's not technically that, but it's similar because of said resident of the planet. So we're going to be above the world as best as we can be.
All right, and what are we doing in this air quotes space?
We're gonna enter a ship.
All right, what's a ships float in water, and then there's airships and sharks.
This is
Sure.
this is a spaceship.
Good timing, Tony. But
I'm sorry, that's perfect.
I'm sorry. Okay, so what are we doing on this spaceship?
We're gonna blow some shit up.
How?
What's a spaceship?
You know, like a water ship or an airship? Oh, God, like,
and then there's
like a
artists who
what?
lived in the mountains.
Like a what ship?
oh wow, I didn't think I'd have to explain this far. Okay, so there's. Oh wow, how do I even begin? I didn't think I'd have to explain this far. Oh crap. No,
Is this Kara talking or is this Tom talking?
I think you gave us way too much credit.
Both.
Hey, it's a character.
This is absolutely beautiful. Thank you for this. Okay, so there's these giant wooden things that float in water.
Explain like I'm 5.
Okay, so these giant things that float in
So
water.
this is how the entire 30 minutes passed.
Yeah.
That's why we got no information. We got no information because we had to explain what a ship is.
Better slow down the elevator. We gotta explain what a ship is to the Goliath barbarian here.
That's why it took half an hour.
I'm taking notes.
You see, there's water, and in order to be on water, you need something to sit on the water.
And it must have a surface area and buoyancy. Great
Too big of words. Too big of words.
I'm sorry. You're right.
As we all sit in chairs with notebooks.
I have stood in water before without something to sit on.
Okay. So you know how some stuff floats in water?
I'm familiar.
It's all wrong.
Like witches?
Ducks.
Do witches float?
Yes, like ducks. Okay. It's like a duck, but it's huge and it's made of wood.
Oh, what is?
What duck?
So Bardis, you ever throw like pieces of bread into water for like any ducks or anything? So imagine a piece of that bread that floats in the water. Now imagine it made really big and people can stand on it.
Canon. This is canon now. This is exactly how we spent that half hour. This is exactly we're like.
But why would you stand on bread in the water?
So you can go over the water because sometimes there's more land on the other side.
Again, I have crossed rivers without standing on anything, and have gone to the land on the other side.
All right, so ignoring the fact that the barbarian does not understand boats, what are we doing on the boat?
Christ.
Where'd the duck go?
I have a bottle of wine with me.
Silva's panicking, looking around. But where's the duck?
Actually, you know what? This is great because this is going to make Kara or whatever her name is suffer just as much as the rest of us.
She'll never want to take us back here.
Probably tall enough to just walk across.
Water too deep to walk across.
So the bridge floats?
And then
Yes, it's a floating bridge that can move across the water.
Why is Davis explaining this to Marcus?
Kara turns to Puck.
We all didn't know what was happening.
Kara turns to Puck and asks, "Is this like normal for you guys? Is this?"
Well, we try to encourage him to learn.
Why do you think we put the tavern in the library so he would be closer to the books?
That's
which
how
he
you
can't
learn.
even
is being
read.
close to the books.
I'm about to say that I can't.
By the way, I do have a question. Why are you a robot right now? Or is she in it? Or is she like is it a mech suit? Or is it like a golem with her
I'm
face
magically. My body's not actually here. It's actually on the ship. You see, I've been like magically projecting my spirit, and I used it to take over one of the last golems left, functioning on this thing. So,
So you're possessing it.
Anyway,
yes, essentially.
That doesn't seem very nice.
Well, it's kind of like slipping on a suit. I mean, the thing doesn't actually have any emotions. It's literally a construct.
So before you mysteriously just get stopped mid-sentence on saying what we were supposed to do, what are we supposed to do? There's a giant tentacle thing outside, and why is it we could do something about this?
Okay, I have 2 words for you that are freaking awesome and completely necessary. Well, 3 words if I add an adjective.
And that's when the door opens and she gets grabbed by the tentacle.
I'm gonna wreck it.
Giant space laser.
What's a laser?
Oh God!
Oh,
You know
A 3-hour elevator ride.
You know a scorching ray?
Yeah.
I know
Like-
how to scorching ray.
I've heard a Norin shout scorching ray before.
Nobody cares.
Good job, Katie. You get a gold star as soon as I find some.
Okay, I don't know
We
what
are
that
Well, if
going
we're
to
going
space.
into the sky, there should be plenty of stars.
all right. Giant space laser. Is there a big red button that we're supposed to press?
Several. Okay, so
Is there any buttons we're not
so-
supposed to press?
Okay, so what we're going to try to do is what we're trying to do is to release Larry from his prison. He's the only one that has any chance of, doing anything, but we need to destroy his prison. So that's,
I can cast scorching ray. How many do you mean to cast?
let's see. And from what the magical power I can sense from you, we need about 5 trillion.
I don't have that many spell slots.
Okay.
Puck.
Bartis just holds his fingers out, starts counting. 1,
I know.
3.
Turns the button and goes, Puck, I've never heard of a trillion. How much is that?
It's like 1,000 million, I think.
What?
That's a billion.
There's not even that much gold in Sharn.
That technically a trillion is like a million.
Oh.
Oh.
I didn't feel like left out.
I have another question. Is
Yes.
there a realm of tentacles? Because I don't want to go there.
We are in the realm of tentacles. So buckle
Oh
up. buddy.
God!
Oh God, why?
I think Greg just peed himself a little bit.
How does he know about tentacles?
He already saw the giant ones in the sky.
By the way,
Don't worry, these aren't. Don't worry, these aren't the violating ones. These ones will just completely devour you.
There are violating tentacles.
Oh man, you have not known what I've seen in 6 million years, bruh. Like
Ugh.
seriously, there's so many bruh moments. So many bruh moments. She kind of gets this kind of like far off look, and even though the golem face is limited in its emotion, you can just feel 1,000-yard stare from her. I've seen.
Does
some
it even
stuff.
have a resting bitch face?
No, just a neutral face, but there's this melancholy and tiredness coming from her face. All right, so I believe that should effectively encapsulate a half hour. So top of the elevator, inside the door, tentacle take robot body, and then scene.
Wait, she still didn't tell us which buttons we need to press.
Well, I asked her if there was a button that she did not want us to press, and she didn't answer. So it answered all the buttons.
All right, I guess that's it. We're just gonna hit all the buttons.
Okay, so
at the same time.
You are now.
With
It is now
the-
just about a second after the tentacle pulled Kara away. You hear, ungodly screeching of metal on metal and flesh tearing and various crunching sounds and smashing sounds. And then Kara's voice suddenly, you hear Kara's voice suddenly. It's like, okay, so I don't have a direct interface with, the ship now that they took the last golem body, so I'm going to have to guide you from essentially the intercom. The voice seamlessly comes from everywhere all at once.
Oh God, I can hear her even if she's gone. What the fuck?
I'm essentially part of the ship now. I'm part of the main AI, computer program in it. That's where my real body is. I'm part of the ship, and basically I am the ship. But I still need you to physically hit the buttons for, all safety bypasses.
AI?
Artificial intelligence.
Artificial intelligence.
You need to have real intelligence to understand what artificial intelligence is.
All right.
What are
So
we
which way should we go out? Which
All right,
way
so-
do we go?
Need you to so I'm just gonna say I don't have any camera systems here, so I'm gonna try to guide you by memory. I haven't been here in 6 million years, so it might be slightly spotty. All right, so what you want to do is you want to go through the first, and then suddenly the voice cuts out, and you feel everything shake, like you're on a boat at sea, and there's rough waves.
All right, everyone. Who wants to go back in the elevator and go back down?
Artist raises his hand.
Greg also raises his hand, but not very far because he doesn't want to be too far away from his stick.
Theus raises his hand too. Puck?
Is that an option? Did we even leave the elevator?
Can she stop us now? Can we just turn around and go home? Like,
Right?
she's technically
She
not
had to
here.
cast a spell thing. There was no up button. She was the up button.
We
No,
don't
we lost our up
understand.
button.
All right, you look. I mean, you can do investigation checks. You can do perception checks. You can try to find a button.
Oh, I have a passive perception. It's
Uh-huh.
21. And if you don't like that, I have a 24 investigation. I've been looking for buttons the whole time.
You don't find any.
Damn.
You see the rune, the symbol that is most often associated with this place. The circle with the square in the middle of it. It's still glowing on the floor that you're standing on, and it comes up several more times on the walls. But you cannot find anything that you would assume actually interfaces or works the actual elevator.
So, Greg.
Oh.
how you liking your first day?
I jump up and down I'm gonna jump in the elevator, like up and down, try to see if I can just make it go down.
I don't actually think it's my first day, but it's... Oh, this is a lot.
Bardis, you jump up and down, and you hit that ground, and you use all like how much do you weigh?
You should never ask that kind of question.
That is rude.
Yeah.
325 pounds.
You suddenly feel all 325 pounds in your shins because that floor ain't moving.
Go down, go down.
I'll take a peek out the door that grabbed Kara. The one that opened up.
Okay. All right. So you peek into it, and you see a hallway. In front of you is just a wall, and the hallway goes from the left and the right, and it's the same style floor as before. Metal gratings and metal walls. As you peek in, the room actually lights up. More of the glowing tubes, occupy the ceiling, and what you see around you is blood, viscera, and oozing, pulsating flesh just covering the walls. You see shredded bits of clothing and some bone shards, you assume, embedded in the walls, but nothing moving. And some of it looks fresh, some of it looks really old, but it's just all there.
Both ways, or one way in particular? Like, I'm not sure which way was. Did it seem
Both
like she was grabbed from the right way or left way?
Looks like she was pulled straight back. You couldn't see in the split second that it happened. You couldn't see which direction she was pulled in.
All right. Well, we won't go what way we think she got pulled in. We'll go the opposite way.
That was exactly what I was thinking.
You know what? Roll me a perception.
I'll roll you a perception. I'll roll you the best damn perception you've ever seen. That was an 18 plus 11 is a 29.
Okay, I was gonna do it as a 20, so both you and Puck made it. Essentially, you saw her pull as you saw her pull the golem pulled in. You saw her be pulled slightly to the right.
The left sounds good.
Yeah,
I agree. I just move on.
Going to the left side.
All right,
ignore the walls, but watch where you step.
All right, so
Going to be actively watching for tentacles because I want to not get touched by them.
Okay, so as you guys enter the hallway, it is a 10 feet across. So basically, you can walk 2 people abreast. Ceiling is about 10 feet tall. So Bardis, you don't have to duck. And as I described before, metal grating on the floor, metal walls. Every once in a while, it looks like there's some sort of like glowing panel along the walls. It kind of lights up as you guys approach it, but it's in Draconic. Does anybody have a Draconic?
The wizard, maybe?
I do. Nope. I guess the Draconics.
Okay.
I don't know how, but I do. I was born with it.
Maybe it's Maybelline?
Yeah. The panel, when it closes up, it tells you in Draconic you are in, let's see, crap, I completely forgot naval terminology here, but you said it's on the 3rd deck, left
on the poop deck.
3rd deck aft section, which I think is right. Aft is right. One second, let me research this.
Weren't you in the Navy?
I tried for the Navy.
You tried to work on the poop deck.
Wait, what are you looking for?
Aft
Navy terminology.
Aft is back.
Yeah.
Forward, aft. So forward is forward,
Yeah,
aft is back. And then there's port and starboard, but I can never remember which is which.
I think port is left, but aft is, you're in the back. So essentially, do you know, does Puck know any seagoing terminology?
No, but I could probably say it.
What?
Yeah, you can tell.
Basically, I
you
could
can
I
say-
could verbalize it, but the thing is, I don't know necessarily what it is.
So you are in the
Third
third.
deck aft.
Mm-hmm.
So aft third deck. I mean anything to anyone?
No.
No.
What? No.
No.
Well, okay.
All right. So you keep moving down the hallway, I assume.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm just
sure.
following everybody else. So
All right. What's the?
Is that the only way to go?
Well, you can move the way that the tentacle took the golem.
That's not
mm,
No, thank you. No, thank you.
Yeah, hard pass.
I'm still. Wait, how long has this been? Because I was just stomping the elevator, trying to make it move if I can, with like just.
you're just by yourself still at the elevator.
Move down. Start smacking
I can say
like
it's
the
been-
walls, trying to like find a button or find something to make it work.
I feel like we forgot someone.
I mean,
It's
I'm
like
not
that moment when you
quiet
realize
about
that
it.
you left your. I know, but it's like that moment where you left your kid in the car.
I mean, with someone's passive perception of some large guy jumping up and down
Yeah.
and yelling.
Oh yeah, no, I'm sure I hear it. Yeah, guys, I think we left Bardis back in the elevator.
It's not far.
Can you get him?
Oh, I can. I'm gonna cast message and send it to Bardis and go. Bardis, we're moving down the hallway and avoiding the tentacle. If you'd like to join us.
What? And he just looks around, very, very confused over. I don't. Where? Huh? Greg?
This
What?
is
Greg?
I have to wait for a response to finish. This is a message spell. I'm just sending you a message because I could yell, but I'm too afraid to yell. You can respond to the message, but if you want to join us over here,
Wait. What? Huh? Where are you? I walk out of the elevator. To nobody, or is everyone still in visible range?
I mean, I'm thinking that they made it like 100 feet down the hallway, so and it's lit up, so you should be able to see him.
Oh my god, 100. Okay. Look.
Hey, did we forget someone?
Wait a minute.
I'm talking to him.
Looking around.
Just
I'm
start
coming.
waving.
I'm coming. I just start running.
Silva will send Snowflake to the door, back to the doorway, so to see Bardis, and lead him back.
I say I probably can throw one of my lights down at that intersection too.
The lights
I was
aren't in
gonna
the
say
hallway.
Silva was send Snowflake or did not.
And it's just right down the hallway.
And it's taken by a tentacle.
Ah!
Bye, Snowflake.
Get back in your Pokeball.
Never do anything ever again.
I love you. Oh wait.
That's
Yeah,
creepy.
I run.
Mhm.
Towards them. I move 40,
Okay.
so I don't know, however long it takes. I guess I could dash too if it's a bonus action. So I can move 80, so I just like come charging down the hallway like super fast. Don't leave me alone in this place! Ah!
Okay, I think we have Bardis.
All right. Okay. Glad to have you back, Bardis.
Okay.
Could you-
Do you want to take a point?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll
you guys.
ready my
Mhm.
shield and make sure, and I will go in front of the group.
Excuse me. Okay, so you guys make your way down the hallway. You make your way up until it takes a turn, a sharp 90-degree turn. As you walk, you still notice that there is blood, viscera, just it seems like disintegrated pieces of human just staining the wall, flesh and such. Some of the flesh has kind of like coalesced and formed like little pockets where it's actually actively like beating. With like a heartbeat, like blood's flowing through it somehow, even though you can't see it connected to any type of like blood source or anything. It kind of beats faster as you guys pass it, but otherwise it doesn't do anything else. As you guys make the turn, you see at the end of the hallway, a door, and also just in front of the door, hanging from the ceiling from like several broken wires and pieces of metal from the ceiling is essentially half of a corpse, kind of strung up, kind of with its arms outstretched to its side. Just the upper parts left, the chest and the part of the spine that's dangling from it. Blood is still freshly dripping from it, and the flesh has essentially been torn off because the muscle and everything is like just shredded and everything is shredded and
Cheerful.
damaged. The face is, the face is still there. The skin of the face is still there, but it looks like it's twisted into a expression of complete agony. All right, so what do you guys do?
Well, I don't like that. I'll move past it if I can.
All right, so it's near the end of the hallway. That's about like 80 feet down, and it is essentially 10 feet in front of the door. So, can you roll
As
me-
I get
Mhm.
closer to, I'm not gonna just walk right up to it and be like, "Oh, it's just a dead body." No, I'm gonna walk up to it to try and get around it, but I'm gonna be careful about it.
Are you
Okay.
gonna loot it?
No,
Oh, okay. Just asking.
I'm gonna be careful about it. I'm gonna give it the once over as I try to pass it.
All right, roll me a quick perception check.
They used to not get this far by not paying attention. That's that's still a 23.
Okay, you didn't need that. And you saw it. You hear with your superior half elven hearing, a heartbeat coming from the thing's chest, and you see with your pretty good eyes that
My elven eyes.
yes, that the eyes of this corpse are staring directly at you. You, in a split second of fear and madness, you're pretty sure that the body is, or whatever mind is in there, is still conscious.
Hey guys, this thing's still alive.
You're up, Bardis.
Can you talk? Theus asks the corpse if it can talk.
How far in front of us is this corpse?
Essentially, it's about 70 feet down. If Deus went up by himself to check this thing out.
I'm assuming the corpse doesn't respond.
No, it just kind of looks at you, and you can, from it, its expression doesn't change, but from his eyes, you can feel a sense of pleading and begging and just a desperation, truly maddening desperation.
Hi, fucking I. All right. Theus will sigh, take out his dagger, and holds it up in front of the thing and goes, "Is this what you want?" And looks at the eyes.
You still get as like right. Roll me. You know what? Roll
Insight?
me insight, yes, please.
Whoa, that's a 29.
Okay, there is a slight, for a split second, you can see a slight change in like the way it's looking at you. You can,
In what way did it change?
well, you want to think about it, but suddenly the thing bursts into several, tentacles and tries to grab you. Roll me a dex.
That is a 29. 25. 25.
25. All right, you lucky SOB because you just made it. 25 was the DC.
Woo!
All right, so you jump back as this poor creature is twisted and cracked into like 3 grasping tentacles. They miss you because of your, dexterity and your reaction, and they slip. They slip back into the ceiling, and you can just hear them moving up until the sound fades from your ears.
Not cool. Not cool. I walk back and I'm like, all right, Bardis. I'm not going forward.
What happened up there, Norn? Or sorry, Theus?
Wow, so people with pointy ears all look the same to you. Is that it, kid?
No. That was Eric making a mistake based on other things going on in the background.
No. I think Greg sees people with pointy ears the same now. Well,
Other than the Shatter Kai, the couple that I've met, this is the first time I've run into elves.
Well, the poor son of a bitch's body was used as a trap to hide a tentacle attack, which I happened to be able to dodge, and once I escaped their range, they pulled away.
That's good.
Yes.
So you just want me to go first so that I'll take the brunt of all of this.
You are much beefier than I am, good sir.
You know, you evaded this one, right? You were much dexterous than I.
Oh, yes, but it was just by the skin of my teeth. I fear I may not be able to do so again, and Theus just kind of like over-dramatizes and hand motions over his head and like, oh, woe is me kind of ways.
Fine. I will continue to walk forward.
I'd offer to go forward, but it's completely out of character.
With my shield raised and ready to take whatever the heck is about to happen.
I switch to holding my bow with an arrow knocked ready to back Bardis up if necessary.
Oh, but you won't evade traps.
I'll stay behind.
I already evaded a trap.
It's all good.
I'll stay behind Bardis.
Well, you're all going to stay behind me, right?
Yeah.
Well, like,
you have the big shield.
Like I'm trying to like be back up, like that kind of behind you, ready to help you, sir.
Like you're gonna have your hand on his back so you can enlarge him at any moment.
Ooh, can you just do that now? That's okay.
Would you fit in the hallway?
Give me lots of constitution. No. Well, I could like army crawl. No.
I'm not sure you want to army crawl through this place.
No, I really don't. I don't even want to go first, but I'm going first. My shield raised. My wonderful 18 AC. Let's do this.
Okay.
Lokar's AC was so much better.
Okay, so Bardis, you make your way forward. Everybody else follows Bardis, close behind. You approach the door. I'm pretty sure you're all paranoid at the, giant hole in the ceiling, but, you can't really see anything there except, what looks like wires and broken metal and various other things. Let's see. You make your way towards the door, and as you approach it, it just automatically slides open. The two halves, left and right, go into the wall, and it opens. And
The door opened. The door opened on its own. Kill it with fire.
yeah, a door opens, and what you are greeted with is the sight of a fleshy wall lined with teeth and covered in like thick saliva-esque mucus, not unlike the
Music.
mucus. I apologize.
That's
not
some
unlike,
thick ass music.
extra thick.
Drop you like it's hot.
Not unlike that wonderful place you went to down below the surface of the mirror world. Looks like.
That's a big nope. I don't like this door. Let's try another.
Is this the only door? Because I'm definitely not moving 40 feet per second. I'm moving like 5 feet per second because I'm going step, cringe, look, step, cringe. Wait, scratch, sniff. What is it? Honey,
Scurry, sniff, flinch.
that's it. I'm doing a scurry, sniff, flinch every 5 feet.
Okay. All right. So, yes, this is the only door. It's basically a long hallway, and this is the only door. Looks like this flesh room looks like it widens instead of a 10-foot across. This looks like it's 20 feet across. And it's still like before. It pulsates as if it's alive, like blood is flowing through it and a heartbeat's going through it. Walls are, slightly tan, pinkish in color. It's got various, different styles of teeth poking out of it, from canines to incisors, molars of various sizes, some of them acting as stalagmites or stalactites. And yeah, it's dripping wet with mucus, and it just looks like not a place you want to be.
So this is a giant mouth that's pretty much against the door frame.
From what you can see, you can't see the end of it. It just keeps going further with your dark vision, which is, I think, 60 feet.
Oh,
I'm 120.
All right.
30.
Mine is 60. Yeah.
I got 60, sorry.
With the 60 dark vision, you can see that there's no, as far as you can see, there's no end to it. And same thing happens to you, Puck. It looks like there's no end to the hallway as far as you can see. It just keeps kind of going.
It was on for a while. So this room, it's like a large hallway now?
It's like it's a
A large
essentially-
hallway?
Yeah, it's an even larger hallway. You can't tell if maybe it was something else before, because all you can see is the flesh that's basically overgrown the place.
Let's go, Bartis.
Oh, by the way, on a completely unrelated note, and will at no point come up in this adventure, how big is exactly Gargantuan?
Like, I think
Big.
30 feet, something.
I think Gargantuan can still be wrestled by Bartis. I'm gonna go with that.
Like, is it?
No,
but
it
I'm
can't.
basically, I'm asking what the physical space it would take up. How many?
A
essentially
lot.
20 by 20. So
20 by 20.
Small, medium are 5 by 5. Large is 10 by 10. Huge is 15 by 15. Gargantuan is 20 by 20 or more.
Okay. Good to know. Just
But no, I
completely
wouldn't.
unrelated.
Because even within large, I become a large creature, and I can only grapple huge creatures. Unless I can go up 2 size
Okay.
categories. Or we can make them go down 1.
Alrighty then.
So,
I
said, let's go, Bartis. And then my feet froze.
Mhm. Like I said, that was completely unrelated. I'm pretty sure it won't come up at any point, in the near
Lies.
That's so
I will follow Bartus with my bow and arrow ready.
Mm-hmm.
I draw
Yeah.
my axe and get ready.
I'm following with my staff still.
All right. You make your way into the room. Well, it keeps its 20-foot wide shape. The walls are completely irregular. Sometimes they jut out more. Sometimes you have to like pass by just jutting teeth more closely than in other passages. But for about 120 feet, it's essentially as goes. I mean, at some points you see bits of the actual ship and the wall stick out. Some things look like doors that are closed by the flesh. Walls with panels, uh, dragon symbols. Tony, if you can read them, it's everything's incomplete. Like numbers here, words there, but nothing really that you can create a sentence out of, or have any idea what to do with. Like you can say it says deck or aft or port or a couple of different numbers, but not enough for you to actually make sense of it.
Puck, do any of these doors say giant laser or whatever that might be?
No, it's just letters. I don't like this place.
Okay, so
I really don't want to go through these doors one by one. That just sounds like a bad idea.
yeah. As you guys are walking, I'm gonna need you all to roll a quick dex save.
Oh.
Or you know what? Acrobatics or athletics, whichever is better. Whichever one will help you keep you on your feet better.
Oh, thank God you went from the lower to lower to then highest. So yeah, okay, I'll take that one.
Wait, is it a deck save or is it an acrobatics check?
Do acrobatics.
Damn it.
I don't see.
Acrobatics.
20.
Okay.
13.
Mm-hmm.
15.
14.
Okay. Okay.
Acrobatics 15.
Okay.
17.
Okay. All right. Anybody that rolled below a 15, you're essentially for a little bit you're knocked off your feet as you guys feel something move across the floor, underneath the floor. It's very long. It's essentially like the flesh gets a small wave, a raised wave that goes across the entirety of the 20 feet across. And everybody who doesn't make that 15 deck save falls to the floor, and you're now covered in the clear, mucusy, saliva-y fluid that just coats the walls.
Gross.
I'd
There.
go help up. Silva is the one I think failed that.
I did.
Yeah, I'm gonna go help you
Wasn't
up.
the only one.
Anybody that rolled below
You-
a 15, falls.
I fell. I fell too.
Oh, I'm not sure if I'm strong enough to pick you up. I'll help as soon as I'm done with Silva.
I'll pick up Bartis.
Like a freaking bamf.
Oh, thank you.
It's like anybody who's got is
Do
covered
you need a strength check for that?
in. You know what? I'll give it to you just because I find it funny.
Help me up. You're not
and-
deadlifting them.
Anybody who's covered in the mucus / saliva things, you can just feel disgusting in your body and in your soul and in every part of your very being. It just feels wrong.
With that, so we'll put Snowflake in the Pokeball.
Okay.
I'll work on using prestidigitation to clean off Silva. She's
All right.
still
So
working fast.
Puck, you're the first to see it, but everybody else with dark vision can eventually see it. Like 60 feet down the way is another door. This one actually seems significantly larger. This one actually spans the entire 20-foot span of the hallway. And it is unobstructed by any flesh. Like there's some on the edges, but it looks like mostly functional, and it looks like it would open if you can't see any reason why it wouldn't function like the other previous door that was open.
As I clean off Silva, I am saying, looks like there's an opening up ahead. All right, and then I'll guess I'll go to Bardis. I'll get his face.
What do you mean you'll get his face?
Cleaning your face. Using prestidigitation to clean a square cubic foot of. I can also make it soil a cubic foot of something. I don't think it can actually get any worse though right now.
No.
Anyway, there's a doorway up ahead.
So can Silva shoot an arrow to see if anything happens with the arrow passing by? Just towards the door down the hallway.
You shoot your arrow. It flies straight and true, hits the door, and it just bounces off. Doesn't look like it even made a scratch in it.
And I don't notice any surrounding, like anything moving on the sides of the hallway because of that passing.
The only thing you hear is the tink and the loud, reverberating ringing from the metal on metal, hit arrowhead. So,
is there any like panels on the door where it looks like we should insert something or press something against something, like maybe a screen or a keypad or an insert point?
It looks like there's nothing that you can really interact with.
Hey, you want to try that? Hey, Greg, you got any wizard tricks to open doors?
Sure do. Are you okay with a loud sound?
Quick question: are you guys approaching the door?
No.
Like
I mean, if I was going to inspect the door for panels, I assume I would approach it.
All right. As you approach it, as you would get within 5 feet of it, it slides open.
Good job, Greg.
It looks like you already had the power to do it.
Behold! I had nothing to do with that.
All right. As the door opens, you see you are on a set of rafters, and it looks like, and the rafters stand basically 15 feet above a room with, the rafters are basically across the entire, length of the room. It's a square room about, say, 100 feet by 100 feet. Excuse me. And you're on the rafters across basically the entire length of the room. And in the center of, excuse me, I'm sorry. In the center
of this room,
it looks like a large cylindrical device. It's that goes from the ceiling down to the floor. It widens at the floor. It looks like there's a tube that goes into a larger circular cylindrical base, and across, both the tube and the base cylinder are several lights. Essentially, some of them look like bars, different colored bars that are filled one way or another. Like the background light is white, but there are some of these, tube-like lights on it that are like partially filled, kind of like meters or gauges, that show a certain filling, pressure or some such. And by on the floor, at the bottom of the base of the cylinder is what looks like some sort of a panel.
So we're on top of this?
Yeah, you're in the rafters above it. There's you can see about you're essentially, the door opens to a corner of this room. Oh, Tony, why do you have to be so on the nose?
Why would a large door lead to the rafters of another room rather than the actual floor level?
As you see on the floor level, there are actually no doors on the floor level, just the floor. And the door opens into essentially the corner of the square room, and you can see about 50 feet towards the center of the room, there is a set of stairs from the rafters leading down.
Okay, with I can roll investigation, I guess. Do we see anything else in this room?
Let's see. You notice that the room is the same make as the other unfleshed rooms. Metal walls.
Unfleshed rooms.
Metal walls. The floor is actually completely solid instead of being grate, and the ceiling is metal as well. And the tube that comes from the cylinder base is just going into the ceiling, but you can't really see anything around it. Directly across from you, 100 feet across from you, is another set of very wide doors. And then on the other two corners of the rooms, there are, no doors, just, more rafters. Almost looks like kind of like an observation deck.
Go
there-
ahead, Eric.
Is there buttons on that center panel down there?
You're like 15 feet up, so you can kind of make out a few of them, but you have to get closer to be, see exactly what's on there.
Says you. If you guys want, I can. If we just want to tap things on the console there and not have to go down in there, I can do that.
Sounds great. And while he does that, I want to make sure, using perception, investigation, whatever, to see if there's any points of entry that any unfriendly, nasty tentacles could attack us from.
From what you see, the walls, the floor, the ceiling, they all look solid. They look like they were, made of a single piece of, a piece of metal, whatever
Do
the
we
metal.
see the fleshy bits of the monster in here too?
Actually, no. You don't see any of that here. The only entrances or exits that you can see are the one you just came through and the one across the room.
All right, Greg, let's go with your idea.
Okay. I mean, it only lasts a minute, so I'll just send it down there and hit all the buttons. So I'm gonna cast Bigby's hand.
Mm-hmm.
And I create a large hand of shimmering translucent force in an unoccupied space that I can see within range, so I'll put it right next to the console. The hand lasts for the spell's duration, and it moves at your command, mimicking the movements of your own hand.
Okay.
Yeah, and so I can clenched fist, forced hand, grasping hand. But yeah, I'm basically just going to use it to push all the buttons.
All of them?
Yep.
All of them.
He can open palm smack the console and hit every button.
But not too hard. I don't want to break the console. I just want to give it a gentle slap.
Okay. Quick question. Can you get any sensation from the hand? Like, can you feel what the hand is feeling?
I don't know.
What? All I heard is sensation and no.
So
Greg has found
his hand has to be able to feel to use the console?
It mimics the movements of your own hand. The hand is an object that has AC 20 and hit points equal to your hit point maximum. If it drops to 0 points, the spell ends. It has a strength of 26 and a dexterity of 10. The hand doesn't fill its own space. When you cast the spell and as a bonus action, you can move the hand. It doesn't say anything about feeling the hand.
Does Craig need an adult?
Oh god.
Because I feel like we need an adult.
How many spell slots does he have to cast that spell when he was 16?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I don't know. Yeah.
So you essentially hit all the buttons.
Yep.
And nothing really happens. The panel doesn't even light up. So.
Oh.
This is Steve talking. It's a fucking touchscreen. You need fingerprints. God damn it.
Man, that was a waste of a 5th level spell slot.
You need what? What do you mean it's an
adult
screen?
Like, we need an adult.
Here's the thing, Sarah. We're all adults here.
I don't feel like one right now.
By birth certificate only.
By age, technically. All right, so what do you guys do?
confused by the idea of this touch screen.
I don't think that was it doesn't look like that my hand did anything, so we might have to go down there.
How far is down?
About
Look over the railing.
15 feet.
Oh. Somehow I thought we were in a... It was farther down. Maybe I misunderstood. How many are there?
Basically, each wall of the room, each wall has its own set of stairs that go up to the rafters and go down to the ground floor. So, if you look to your right, if you look completely forward, you can see equidistant from you is a set of stairs.
Is it down there just open and that cylinder just goes through?
Basically, there it looks like the base of this, whatever this thing is, the cylinder is situated on the floor, and then from the cylinder is a smaller tube that goes into the ceiling, and in front of that is a console.
Wait, hold on a second. What console? So there's a console up by... Is that where we are now?
No. It's on the ground floor by the cylinder, by the base of the cylinder.
So there's a console down there.
Yes.
But there's buttons on each one of the four walls?
No. Stairs that go down. The only buttons are on the console.
Okay, got it.
Mm-hmm.
So, who's going down?
I'm gonna stay up here because I have my bow and arrow.
I mean, I don't want to go down there, but I can go invisible just in case something's up with this place.
Just tell me what I'm supposed to do, and I'll go down.
Sarah, do you actually push Puck?
No, I don't actually push Puck.
Oh,
Thought about it.
Actually, I can do this. Bardis, if you wanna go down there, I can make you invisible.
There's nothing here to not be seen by.
I don't know. I'm just being cautious.
Just so everybody knows, there is no OSA compliance here, so there's no railings.
Yeah.
Are we supposed to roll dexterity every time?
I was afraid of heights, so now she's really cool.
Whoa, you left that out of the details.
I forgot to mention it. I apologize, but it's the rafters are still 20 feet across, so you should be.
We didn't ask about it in the elevator, so we didn't.
We're too busy describing what a ship was.
But it's 15 feet down. 5 feet down, not 50.
Mm-hmm. Okay. 15.
Okay, yeah. So, all right, then just jump down.
Okay, Bardis jumps down.
I walk up to the console and I look up. What do I press?
Everything.
The council doesn't actually
Hit
seem
all the buttons.
active right now. Though.
I won't have any clue what that means. I don't know what active versus not active means, so I'm going to just ask him what to push and start pressing.
I'll go up there.
Yeah. Quick question. From the previous 3 adventures, who's holding the crystals?
I have 2. I think
we turned one in.
I have 1.
Okay, so Axel has 1, and then Theus has 2. Theus or Axel, are you guys approaching Le Council?
I chose to stay in the rafters, and
I think we all watch Bardis just jump down there for funsies.
Just start pushing
just
buttons.
Just gonna throw it out there.
Yeah.
Okay, so Bardis, what do you do?
Ask the party what to press, and they've pointed out some buttons, so I will stare at this thing and start pushing.
I'm trying to find a way down there.
You ever see like Zoolander, where the files are in the computer, and they're just like beating the snot out of this iMac. That's me right now, just pushing things, looking completely clueless.
Okay. So, upon your first touch of the council, it briefly lights up, and a bunch of lines of light all go towards and coalesce towards the center of the council, and it kind of splits open, and there looks like it opens up a compartment where a looks like a receptacle, diamond-shaped receptacle, emerges, and Theus, you notice something in your pack actually kind of, move around. Something's moving,
Pack is moving around.
and
Hey, whoa! There's stuff moving around in my pants.
Again?
from
Sorry, that was Eric talking, not Greg.
from your
Could have been Greg.
from your pack,
Greg
or
didn't know about it.
whichever it was in, one of the crystals from before floats up and goes towards Bardis and the council, and then fits itself in the receptacle in the center of the council. There's
I tighten my belt to make sure it doesn't happen again.
There's some sort of noise that happens. The receptacle falls back into the council. The council covers it up, and it completely lights up, and it's full of strange symbols that Bardis, I'm fairly certain you can't read.
I mean, I could read them, but I can't understand them.
I was trying to get down there, but is there a non-jump over the ledge way?
There are stairs.
There's stairs.
I'll take the stairs.
It's 15 feet.
I'm not jumping 15 feet.
Puck, as you are making your way down, suddenly a voice crackles to life. Once again, you can't tell where it's coming from. It seems like it's coming from everywhere. And you hear Kara. It's like, oh shit, you guys actually made it. Okay, so this is best case scenario. You guys ain't dead yet. So, okay. So you are at the first safety lock. So you guys have the previous things, the crystals. Those are keys. Essentially, they're passcodes to get, to unlock anything, including the safety controls on the laser. All right, so what we need to find, you need to find 2 more of these fuckers, and we got to essentially unlock the safety limiters for the laser gun.
Huh. I'm going to continue back to going to Bardis. Because I have no idea what she just said. I need stuff in front of me to see.
All right, as you, and she tries to say something else, but the voice crackles again, and you hear an ungodly roar essentially reverberate through the walls. It actually echoes for a while because of the metal walls. And it takes a couple of seconds to pass, and then you don't hear Kara again.
Come back.
I hope you're talking to Kara, not whatever that thing was.
Yes.
How's things going down there?
Good. Your contribution helped tremendously, I think.
One of my jewels?
The family jewels, yes.
Uh-huh. I don't know
So
what
when I get there,
any
does it
of
say
this
something like
means. Can they see me
All right.
from up there, or see me point at this screen of symbols of things, and I point and look back up at the group going, I don't know what any of... What do I press now?
it says the door is ajar.
The council, as you approach it, Tony, you can notice that basically a symbol is... A couple of symbols are glowing on it, and it says, release limiter level 3. And below it, there looks like there's 2 glowing squares with a symbol, intraconic each. Acknowledge or deny.
We're supposed to release limiters, correct?
Correct.
Yeah. I'm also saying it to Bardis.
Bardis stairs.
At this point, Theus will climb down.
Guys, press a button. Do you want to stay there or come over?
I'll come over.
Suppose, yeah.
How close are the stairs to the door?
Now the stairs.
Yeah.
The stairs. Each set of stairs is essentially that close to the doors is about 50 feet away.
Silva's reluctant, but she'll go downstairs if everybody else is. She's like crawling on the grates of the raft. Oh, it's not. It's not grates, but
There's nothing. This is no safety protocol, no nothing. You fall. Right?
Oh.
Yeah, there's no OSHA compliance here.
Yeah, I'm just walking down.
Okay.
Okay, so when they're near and seeming okay, I'll press acknowledge. I think it was.
Okay. So, all the gauges and various lights on the cylinder and the tube that goes up into the ceiling light up. The tube, it looks like it starts to turn with increasing speed before suddenly the lights dying down and the tube turns. Essentially, all the lights turn off and it stops. So, this thing is, looks like you essentially turn it off. And you hear once again from a voice, not Kara's this time, but looks like a fairly more metallic voice. Limiter 3 released. Limiters 1 and Limiters 2 remaining. Please consult safety guide for further instructions.
Where's the safety guide?
Silva, you ask into the sky. You scream into the sky. Hoping for a god that does not hear you. But nobody answers.
What about Kara? Isn't she in the?
Her voice crackled out.
Oh,
yeah. She was talking in an inhuman roar that was like super super loud happened, and then you couldn't hear her again. All right, and as you hear that, the door, the one that you didn't enter out of, the one that was directly across from you, you hear something from it. You hear a smashing, and a crashing, and then suddenly you see the door bend. And then
it's a whole lot.
I'm gonna do a stealth if I can. I don't know what I can hide behind, but I'm going to hide behind something.
You hear another crash. The door bends some more. And,
I back away.
You hear another crash. The door bends even more now. And then you hear a final crash, and the two doors just fly away. Crash into the rafters, crash into the other door, and a giant, what looks like a tentacle worm, like this, basically the same flesh material that you've been seeing up until now, like squeezes its way into and through the door.
How big is the door?
About 20 feet across.
Almost like it's a 20-foot by 20-foot creature.
20. Well, you don't know exactly how long it is because the thing is still squeezing its way through. And
that gargantuan character, that we weren't gonna see.
Okay, I admit I lied to you. I felt it was a deception that was necessary. And from what you can see right now of the body mass that has squeezed through, about half of it is a mouth lined with mismatched, misshapen, but razor sharp seeming teeth.
Okay, I am going to.
All right, I would just like to say, but we're gonna have to pick this up next time. We'll run initiatives then, because I don't feel like doing a combat session because this might take a while.
I want to do one thing. It won't invoke combat. I wanted to do it as soon as we saw the doors fly open and we saw the thing start to crawl through.
Mm-hmm.
I want to use my staff and cast Wall of Force.
Mm-hmm.
An invisible wall of force springs into existence at this point you choose within range.
Mm-hmm.
It appears in any orientation, and I can put 10 10-foot by 10-foot panels in any orientation I want.
Okay.
And so I'm going to just put a wall of force up over where the door was.
Okay.
And so that'll buy us 10 minutes when we come back.
Alrighty. That is an excellent start to this situation? Scenario? I don't know.
I like situation. That sounds
Predicament.
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 Deus would like to use his ability to look for any possible doors or exits.
Okay. The only exit that he can see is back from whence he came, and intuitively he thinks he's not exactly sure how good of that is because it's a long hallway. I mean, it's smaller than.
Yeah, I think we exhausted all our options that way.
All right. I thought I'd try.
I bought us time, so we can figure something out.
Well, I hope you enjoyed this session with us. I've had a lot of fun running it. I've been running it kind of by the seat of my pants. I hope it's not too obvious. But I've had a lot of fun with it so far. I can't wait to see what happens next time. So
Boats.
Yeah, no, the 30-minute elevator ride was totally planned.
That was without a doubt probably the best part. Steve, if you can go through the socials, please.
What? Socials? What do you think this is? Some kind of podcast? All right, I guess we are. So you can find us on Instagram and Facebook at Infinity's End Gaming. You can find us on Twitter at Infinity's EG. We've got a Patreon. We've got a Discord. All the information you can find on our Facebook. We have a growing fan base. We talk with them regularly. We'd love to hear from you. We'd love you to join us.
Yep.
Yes, definitely. We love having people come by and chat, and well, that's us.
And Jackie posts a question of the week every week. If you're looking for the Discord link, it is in there every week. So,
and sometimes when we're doing sessions, we post non-context spoiler for the episode.
Yep. It is good times.
Live spoilers.
And if you yourself DM games, some of the DMs in this group are known to give advice to players who DM their own groups and cause horrible trauma to their players.
Yeah, we can't advise that you take our advice, but
we'll give it.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Bye.
Goodbye.